What's up, Breaker Army? Today we're going to discuss the recent news for the 2025 Megatins. I'll be honest, guys, I have a lot of thoughts to share here. Some of it is excitement because the tins are always fun to crack, at least since I've gotten back into the hobby. They've been one of those items where you get a lot of really good cards, a lot of chase-worthy stuff that's good for the meta. Lately, it's been some good stuff for the nostalgia side, like the older school collectors, which has been really fun. However, I have some deep thoughts and some deep concerns, and we're going to dive into that in just a minute. I do want to check out the news for the tins first before I blabber on about like my opinions, why I think it's a bad thing. I don't really like the direction Konami's going with some stuff, but let's dive into the news for the new Megatins. Going over to the official Konami Yu-Gi-Oh webpage, we can see here we've got the 2025 Mega Pack 10 / 2025 Mega Pack bundle. So they're doing some interesting things. The tins are going to release about when they usually do, around like September time, give or take. So we've got the OTS release date of September 3rd, and then the official launch date of September 5th. They're going to be the typical price, usually 24 to 25, but here's what's different. So the MSRP is $23.99 per tin, but what they're doing differently now, you can either you can get the tin or you can actually get the Mega Pack bundle. So really interesting they're doing it this way. The Mega Pack bundle is going to be priced at $20.99. So I'm really curious to see how this is split for like a tin, the case pre-orders. So normally when you buy like a case for the tins, you usually get 12 tins per case. But if you can do the Mega Pack bundle, how many can you get per case now? Will it be like the usual I think it's what, 288 roughly, that you get 12 cases or 12 booster box in a case, 24 packs per box. But a little bit more about the Mega Pack bundles. So I'm going to read all this stuff off. We've got big changes for this year's tins, as you'll be able to get the annual Mega Packs with or without the metal tin itself and save a little money in the process, which honestly is pretty nice. So like initial thoughts, I might go out and buy like a case of the ones without the tins, because you really, like, the value is good, but I'd rather just get the cards. I don't care about the tins all that much. I'll buy like one tin and then call it a day. All right, and then as always, the centerpiece of the 2025 Mega Pack 10 is the 3 Mega Packs inside, each pack with a guaranteed variety of card rarities. This year's tins come with a new twist, though. You can get the standard metal tin, the tin, so to speak, like always, or skip the metal tin and just get the Mega Pack inside with the separate 2025 Mega Pack bundle. Either way, you'll still get your 3 Mega Packs, but let's look at how they're different. So the actual tin comes with the metal tin, giving you a whole meeting to the heart of the cards, okay? 3 deck dividers showing off the cool art images depicted on the metal tin, which we'll check out here in just a minute. And then you get, obviously, the 3 Mega Packs, each containing 1 Starlight Rare, again, 1 Starlight Rare, a 1 Prismatic Secret Rare, 3 Ultra Rares, and 8 common cards per Mega Pack. So I actually think that's less than the standard. I could be wrong, but I know they were doing rares for a while, some supers, but now it's 1 Starlight, 1 Prismatic, 3 Ultras, and 8 commons. Really, I mean, I like not having a bunch of extra bulk. And then you can grab a 10 to get the cool collectible tin so you can store your decks in, plus brand new deck dividers, which is pretty cool. I'm actually kind of hyped for those. Deck dividers to organize your cards, along with your 3 Mega Packs available at your favorite mass retailer or official tournament store. And then the bundle. So the 2025 Mega Pack bundle comes with 3 Mega Packs, same thing, 1 Starlight Rare, 1 Prismatic Secret Rare, 3 Ultras, 8 commons per Mega Pack. And then it says you grab the bundles if you're a duelist who just wants to open a lot of Mega Packs. That's me. Skipping the metal tin and the deck dividers and going straight for the packs. Total per tin or bundle, 3 Starlight Rares, 3 Prismatic Secret Rares, 9 Ultras, and 24 commons. So scrolling back up, we actually have the artwork here for the tin. And now what we're going to do is go over to our good friends at Yu-Gi-Oh! News. Always big shout out to them, of course, for providing us with the most up-to-date information. So go check them out if you guys haven't already. So we can see here, we do have the tin, and they've actually broken down a lot of this stuff. So on the top of the tin, we've got Joey with Metal Flame Swordsman. I didn't pick up on this right away when I saw this bundle. And I was like, wait a second. After looking at it more, we've actually got some sneak peeks and early previews of what monsters are on here. So Joey is the Metal Flame Swordsman. Very cool. I'm going to be super hyped to actually get that in a Starlight Rare. We got Yamayugi with Magician of Chaos. That is the best artwork. Dark Magician style, like whatever variant you want to call it. Magician of Black Chaos, Dark Magician, don't care. Doesn't matter. It looks freaking sick. Then we've got Kaiba with King of D. I don't really agree with that one. I feel like they could have gone with a lot better artworks and something for Kaiba. It is what it is. And then side A, we've got Playmaker with Access Code Talker, which is, we're going to shift over here. So side A, we got right here. This is going to be Playmaker with Access Code Talker, Astrograph Sorcerer with Yuya, and we've got Yuma. I think that's right there. Yep. And then number F-Zero Utopic Future. And then we got Junk Synchron with Yusei, which is pretty cool. And then Jaden as Elemental Hero Spirit of Neos, which is kind of neat. Obviously the Spirit of Neos has kind of become like I guess you could say like a staple for the deck for at least modern hero formats, so that's actually nice to see. And then side B, we're switching over to a little bit more GX, another mix of stuff. We've got Aster with Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. This one really concerns me because usually when they feature the side, or like on the side of the tin, and they feature an anime character, that means like one of those cards are going to be printed in a higher rarity. Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer already exists as a Starlight Rare, so I'm going to get to it in just a minute when we're done with all this stuff. But going on, Jack has the Red Familiar. I'm not too familiar with this particular monster, but obviously is relevant to Jack Atlas. We've got Shark with number C101, a Silent Honor Dark. You got Yugioh with Crystal Clearwing Stinger Dragon, which is really cool. And then Blue Angel with the Trickstar Aqua Angel. So, again, very interesting take on the Mega Tins. So, I like the way they look. The actual artwork for the tins, they've been doing a phenomenal job these last couple years on just making it like a nice kind of collectible piece. You can put it on display. It actually looks really nice. So job well done there, but we're going to dive into some more thoughts and really why I really think that these tins are bad for the hobby. Now it's my time to share my opinions on the Mega Tins and what Konami's doing for 2025. Obviously, we've kind of known for a little while that Starlight Rares are coming back now that the 25th anniversary is over 2 years. I think it's been well over 2 years now that they've been doing the 25th anniversary. We're almost at the 30th anniversary now at this point. So Starlight Rares are coming back. They're replacing Quarter Century Secret Rares. What Konami promised us from the beginning is they were not going to reprint a QCR as a QCR, and they've kind of loosely stuck to it. Something that stood out just here recently in the most recent Stampede set, one of the Red Eyes arts were originally released as a QCR in the Legendary Collection set. Different backgrounds, different arts technically, but it's the same artwork. It's still a QCR. That's one thing they've kind of lied on a little bit, which really is frustrating, but at this point it is what it is. However, obviously they have printed Starlight Rares as QCRs. What if they do the opposite? QCRs as Starlight Rares. So think about it. All the big ones right now, you've got like Dragon Master Magia, all the Molcharmies, you've got SP Little Knight, Engraver. Oh god, there's so many other big like QCRs that are out there right now where they're most likely going to reprint QCRs as Starlight Rares. I am not going to put it past Konami not to do that. Like, it just wouldn't make sense from a financial standpoint for them. So everything in these Megatins, prepare for your high value, expensive QCRs to now be basically almost worthless because it's going to be one guaranteed Starlight Rare per pack. Now, where this really disappoints me, think about it. When Starlight Rares first came out with Raging... What is it? It's a set with Apollosa. Not Raging Battle. I'm drawing a blank right now. Whatever the set is with Apollosa. Raging something. Anyway, whenever Starlight Rares first came out, they're one per maybe 1.5 to 2 cases. You might get one per case. It's kind of, if you're lucky, you're lucky. They were meant to be super chase-worthy, something that meant something to hold on to collect. Like, if you pulled a Starlight Rare, you'd freak out. When I pulled my first one, I freaked out. We don't have anything special to pull now. Like, pulling a Starlight Rare and pulling a Quarter Century Rare, this was my one complaint whenever they did the Megatins. I think it was 2 years ago when we had like Dark Magician started the Dark Magician, we had Blue Eyes, we had Red Eyes, we had all the really good like popular monsters as QCRs where they were guaranteed hits per tin. It really devalues the collectability piece when it comes to Quarter Century Secret Rares. Like, even if they kept them just exclusive or as 25 per set, not the best route to go down, but where they're just reprinting everything and making everything a QCR, like, it doesn't give us anything to really chase. Like, I'm still going to stick to my word where I think we need to get full arts or serialized cards. And by serialized, I mean like 1 out of 10, 1 out of 100, 1 out of 500, whatever the number might be. But it gives something good value. Like, imagine if they printed the tins and there is a 1 out of 500 card that you can get in there. It's some cool artwork. There's only 500 copies made. And that, in my opinion, obviously this is my opinion, it helps kind of retain the value of a set. Now, this is a whole separate topic that I can talk about at some point, but for the tins, for them to just slap in there the Starlight Rares, like, that makes me mad. They never did that when Starlight Rares were a thing. They did Prismatic Secret Rares, and that was the highest rarity. And then now that they've done the Quarter Century Secret Rares, like, screw it. Everything can be a Starlight Rare now. We're going to reprint everything. And so pulling a Starlight Rare after coming from QCRs to now Starlight Rares just won't feel special. And that's why I want to really, like, I understand, like, I feel like I'm complaining, I'm just whining or whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm a collector and I like my stuff to kind of like retain value. I'm not in this to make a bunch of money. That's not why I collect cards. I collect it because I like the hobby, I like the game. And I like most everything about it. A lot of the older stuff, everything predating the last couple years, has been pretty great. But for them to do what they've been doing is just that's where I just kind of lose that sense of wanting to collect a lot of modern stuff because of that. Like, I'm not, everything that I've bought as a Starlight Rare has pretty much lost like 90% of its value. And again, not that I necessarily care about the money part of it, because I'm gonna keep it forever. I'm not gonna sell it, but you can't lie. It is nice if you buy a card for $80 for it to at least retain that value, to at least stay at $80 or $500 or whatever the value might be, whatever monetary figure is attached to it. And I get it, the secondary market determines the price, but it doesn't help when the card's been reprinted by its own company. And, the other side of this is, they're trying to push the game to get more duelists in there, more playability. So, yeah, having more reprints of everything with Starlights, Prismatics is good for everybody that wants to have something, but there's nothing for the collectible piece now. That's what I'm getting to, why I think the Mega Tins are going to be so bad. This is kind of like me just rambling on about my thoughts on the Mega Tins. And honestly, like, I'm pretty teed off when it comes to this. Like, and that's why you hear me talking so strongly about it, because the collecting in 2025, you're going to have to just find something unique, something niche. Because, like, again, Starlight Rares are cool. They look pretty. They're very nice. They're so much better than QCRs. But as a collector, I want something to chase. When I open up a set, I want to be like, okay, I have a 1 out of 12 box chance to pull this card, or 1 out of whatever, and it's valuable. It's worth something. It feels nice to pull it. But to go to the Mega Tins and pull 1 per 10, it doesn't feel special. Or 1 per pack, I mean. So you get 3 per 10. So you guys got to let me know your thoughts on this topic. Are you excited for the tins? Do you think these reprints really suck? Are you worried about all of your QCRs now be reprinted as Starlights? I'm calling it now. It's going to happen. I've mentioned it before in other videos. I will not put it past Konami to reprint stuff. The one thing that can save some things, if they do alternate artworks of a lot of these monsters like they're doing with Stampede, where there's exclusive cards that are available only as QCRs, they're very tough to pull from a very large card pool. That is the right way to do things. That's, again, for a separate video. We're talking about the Mega Tins today. So depending on how they go about it, this could be really good, but at the same time, when it's guaranteed to get the stuff, I'm really, really worried. So again, let me know your final thoughts and everything down below, guys, on the Mega Tins, on collecting for 2025. There's still some things that I'm going towards. Obviously, I'm still a collector at heart. There's still things that I do like, but this just concerns me for the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! So if you guys did like today's video, make sure, of course, you like, comment, subscribe. Consider joining as a channel member. 10 or 20 bucks a month, get you guys some free packs. We can have some fun. We can hang out and talk about more stuff like this. You can give me some more things to discuss with you all there in the community. That's all I got for today. I'll see you guys next one. Peace. I do have to give a massive shout out to our channel members: Sargoni YT, K-Dragon, Mark Donnelly, Cody Slater, Josh Evans, Michael P. Sutton, Lazy Dane, Evan Rudolph, Allison Snell, Will Breaks TCG, Ram22, Roland Pryor, Austin and Kayla, Ghost King TCG, Derek Williams, King Louie, Tonefo Show, Battle Phase, Opening Act, All for Chaos, James Roche, Chio, and Rip Pax TV. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I do hope you have a nice day. Hope you have a nice night. I will see you guys in the next one. This is CardBreaker. I'm out.